What up, everybody? Newsflash. Microsoft is trying to get back into the market with Japan developers. What does this mean for the Xbox platform going forward? And why do I think they still have so much interest in just the Japanese culture in general when it comes to games? Let's talk about it. Now, it is no secret that the Microsoft platform, Xbox, and the Xbox One brand has really struggled over in the Japan marketplace for quite some time now. This is something that nobody will deny, even Microsoft themselves. And at this moment, we don't have exact figures, but I don't think the Xbox One has even cracked 1 million sold consoles over in Japan as of right now. Just interest in general has been waning and waning on Microsoft's flagship video game console system for pretty much the entire time that it's been out, over almost 20 years. So why does Microsoft continue to push the envelope and want to get developers and people just enamored with their platform going forward? It's not even a tricky situation. It's more pretty straightforward. Microsoft isn't really about selling the box anymore. Yes, they are coming out with a brand new system, the Xbox Series X, and that is going to be something that's going to push local hardware further. It's supposedly going to be the fastest console ever created. They already have that moniker with the Xbox One X, and they're continuing that even with the PS5 staring them right in the face. Some people think Microsoft is really crazy for trying to pursue a partnership in Japan when it comes to just system sales. The reason I think they're doing this is because it's not about the system sales, like I said. It's about the services. It's about Game Pass. The fact that most people in Japan, because even the PlayStation 4 is starting to struggle over there, because the Japan marketplace is more of a, or not even the marketplace, the Japan culture is more on the move, get up and go. That's why the Switch does so well over there, because it's a piece of entertainment that you can take with you. 3DS does well there. I mean, even for a long time, the Vita was still selling over there. They were still manufacturing those up until the last couple of years. So that should let you know that they are moving in a completely different direction, with just mobile being a part of the ecosystem for the Japan game market. Xbox is trying to put out something called Game Pass everywhere. It gives you the ability to play the games that you already own on your system and put it on a PC, on a computer and the PC are the same thing, and on your Xbox. And they're trying to get in other places like Switch and stuff. These are all just different rumors of different little ideas that Microsoft has to just put their stuff as many places as you can. And then they also have xCloud, which is the streaming platform of the service. And you don't even have to have local hardware for that. You just need an ability to be able to stream those games and play them. That is a very enticing thing for the Japan marketplace. Being able to just boot up a game and play it whenever you want to on your smartphone, your tablet, your Nintendo Switch, whatever you have on the go at that time with you, will be very beneficial to them. But overall, it comes really back to the game. Xbox hasn't really made games first party since. They never really made games that really truly spoke to the Japan marketplace. And this is why Microsoft over the last few years has been very aggressive with just going over to Japan and just talking to developers about what they want, what they're looking for, what's their plans for the future. And Phil Spencer is over there right now, and he put out a tweet saying how he was over, it was good to be back in Japan. He was very much enjoying his conversations with the developers over there and publishers, and getting an idea what the future of 2020 holds for them, because I believe Microsoft is in the business of purchasing another studio. They already said an interview that they really wanted to own a Asian side studio. That's one thing that they're missing. They do have a small team that's available over in Japan to help them do that, but they could do more. And this is what I think Microsoft is really diving into. How do we make games for a culture that we've never made games for before? Well, you go over there and you make that studio, or you buy a studio that allows you to do that. And Microsoft has been on a spending spree. We have a bunch of studios that they have acquisitions for over the last couple of years. That number is rumored to be growing even more over the next couple months until we get to E3. So don't be surprised if you see another acquisition of another studio over the next couple of months. It could be one one of these studios in Japan. Microsoft could be building their own studio in Japan. So some announcements are going to come around that. But Microsoft is really trying to double down on xCloud and Game Pass, and that is going to give them the ability to tap into that market. More than anything with just xCloud in general, because you're always on the go and you can use whatever technology you already have at your fingertips. So this is a two-pronged attack. I don't think systems are ever going to be a huge thing outside of mobile platforms like the Switch, or if PlayStation ever decides to make their own handheld again. Those will be the things that will sell the most over there. People will buy the PlayStation 5 because there are still people that want to play PlayStation 5 games in Japan. Xbox is kind of an afterthought there, so they have to find another way to penetrate that market, and this is going to be the best way to do that. And then one other thing that most people probably are thinking about is, we always talk about why Sony sells so many consoles, and it's because they're a worldwide brand. Their brand is synonymous with the world. Everybody knows who Sony is. Now, granted, everybody knows who Microsoft is too, because they're a $1 trillion company, more profitable than Sony in every way. But Sony has a division in gaming that is second to none for the most part. Nintendo is like literally right there too, and they're both based out of Japan. So I think Microsoft is really doing this so they can just keep their post inside the ecosystem of the Japan marketplace, because if they take themselves out of that, completely take themselves out of it, that's one less territory that you can even sell your systems in or just have any type of influence in. Why even bring any type of technology there like Game Pass or xCloud if you're not going to really support it through, marketing and media and stuff like that? Because ultimately it just really comes down to that, and then the platform you give them to do it. And I think, like I said, xCloud and Game Pass are going to be the easiest ways to get into that ecosystem. And if they can do it on the back of another system like the Switch, or God forbid, the PlayStation, I think Microsoft would do it. That would be beneficial to all gamers for the West and over in the East. So it's a lot of ways to unpack this information. I am very proud and very happy that they are not giving up on the Japan marketplace. I think more attempts at this can be made over the course of the next couple of months, so we can have a very robust lineup starting at the end of this generation going into the next one, with the new PS5 and Series X releasing later this holiday. Gamers are just going to be happy to see that this is something that has a possibility, especially if games that we never would have got before are actually available on the Xbox platform. Phantasy Star, that was a game that never thought was going to come to the Xbox again, and we finally got that coming back. And now we have the Yakuza games. So these partnerships are working themselves out, and Microsoft is going to do everything they can to do to foster those relationships. It really just comes down to time. Microsoft has a lot of that. The biggest problem is, how much time is the gamer willing to give Microsoft to do it? But with that being said, guys, this is your boy Forte. Wanted to drop another video on you guys, and like I said, I really appreciate you checking out the last video and hitting that like button and subscribe. Do the same thing on this one. Share it on your social media. Trying to be as consistent as I can with this YouTube stuff again, and I really appreciate all of the love you guys been giving me on Twitter and on here for the last couple of weeks. So you guys have a great week. I will see you in the next video. Peace.